Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this episode of Beyond the Veil, myself and
Caroline Tyndall
is going to be giving you an explanation and a full rundown of what a spiritual awakening is and what it may look like to each and every one of you. Before we get into this video, you have to understand that this is going to be on a one-on-one basis. You know, there isn't one glove fits every person. Your spiritual awakening is going to be very different to what mine was and very 100%. Different to what Karen.
Yep.
But the main thing to take from this is each and every one of you will have one at some point. Now, don't think of, rainbows and fluffy clouds coming down to whisk you up into the yonder and then you're going to be greeted by God himself. And then, because that's not a spiritual awakening, that's what you are trying to manifest, but it's not how it's going to actually occur. A lot of you may have already had a spiritual awakening where you are consciously aware of some energy around you, but you play it down. Why do you play it down? Because you think it's something completely different. And what we're going to do now is give you some examples of our spiritual awakenings when we first came into contact with energy. So do you want to take it away, Karen?
Well, Jordan, my spiritual awakening is something I remember like it was yesterday, and I remember that for the rest of my life. And I'm going back 8 years, and I woke up one morning and I thought I want to be a medium, and then I argued with myself all day thinking, what? Where's this coming from? I want to be a medium, I want to be a medium. And then honestly, it was just from that day on, it's never left us.
Yeah, it's like, and for any of you who don't know, it's like a drug, isn't it? It's like so addictive. It's like you want more, you want to learn more, you want to help more, you want to be a better person to reach more people. It's so addictive. Honestly, it is so addictive.
It was one of the best days of my life, and it's never left me since then. And I don't regret one day of it. I'm just watching it, I light up there. Honestly, one of the best things I've ever done. Yeah, it really is.
And for a lot of people don't get to experience what we've experienced. So if you want to put it into context to anything that would maybe resonate with someone on a scale of happiness, what would you refer that to being? So for myself, I would put, believe it or not, I would say becoming a medium and understanding my path in mediumship was like having a new child. It's like that. The unconditional love you feel in those moments when you're looking at the child and you're like, oh my God, you're mine to keep. This is what it's like in mediumship. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to be doing this and I want to do this. And even though you can't explain it, you don't need to explain it. You let the evidence speak for itself. Do you think that would be,
I just think every single person's journey will be different.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people would argue with themselves thinking, why am I thinking like this all of a sudden? Or why am I getting this message? But for me personally, you need to listen to the message. You need to listen to the higher source, really.
And trust it, yeah.
100%.
Because a lot of you empathically will be in tune with the divine, the spirit world, the realms, whatever you want to be in tune with.
I love it when people say, no, you can't be a medium, you weren't born like that, you weren't born like that. So
you
many
haven't
people,
got the gift.
But so many people will want to knock you down. And the main thing is, don't let them.
The green-eyed monster.
Every single person is capable of being a medium. You just need to learn how to. You just need to grow, in any way that suits you. Find your medium, find whatever you want to do to develop, and just go with that. And I think it feels right for you.
And I think you bring up a very valid point there, because a lot of people who want to become a medium, they look to other people for the support and guidance. Well, yes, sometimes that's good. Like Caroline just quite rightly said, when you start to do good, when you start to connect, people are going to suppress you. Yes, not every person on the planet will, but you have to think like that, because not everyone's going to be your friend.
Definitely not.
Especially when you start connecting with evidence.
People want to see you fail.
Of course.
And the most important thing is, just don't let yourself fail.
Yeah.
Don't let other people bring you down, because my God, they will. Nobody wants to see, and just apart from your family, like your loved ones, people don't want to see you do well.
Well, I think even in some cases like that, I mean, obviously not in all cases, but even for some of you watching, you may have family members who they don't want you to do this.
Of course.
Why? Because they don't understand this. You are having these thoughts, these feelings, these emotions. You are wanting to start connecting to energy, but then you reach out to somebody close to you and they say, shut up, you're not doing that. Lunatic, will send you to the loony bin.
Of course. The amount of people that will call you a lunatic is God.
And honestly, you all have to understand that if this is a path that you are going to be walking down and you are going through an awakening at this moment in time, then one of the things that you have to be prepared for is the awakening itself. You have to be prepared for some of the things. Your entire world is going to be catapulted into a dark abyss. Why? Because you don't understand any of the energy around you. It's very much like being catapulted into, Spirit have just told us this. If any one of you now went to a foreign country where you didn't know the language, you would be absolutely tormented within the first couple of days. Yes, before anyone says you've got translators on your phones, let's just go beyond phones, right? I've taken you now from the comfort of your country. I've put you into another country that you don't know the language. When you try to interact, it's going to become very frustrating. This is what it's like for somebody who's went through an awakening and you don't understand the energy that's around you. You don't know how to communicate. Energy's communicating with you and you're like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? And a lot of you will feel a little bit of alarmed in this time. And this is why you'll have mood swings. You might suffer from some form of depression from it, because it's like a complete new world. On the flip side to that, it's a good world to be part of. I've told you the bad things there. However, it's an amazing world to be part of. Once you attune, I'm trying to stay away from big spiritual words, but once you attune to the energy, then, it starts to become natural. It feels a little bit better, So is there anything...
Just find what's right for you. And if you think about it, you're here for a reason. You're on this channel for a reason. Because Spirit are fantastic at recruiting people.
To drop me likes.
But the Spirit are really good at recruiting people, and they will recruit and recruit and recruit. And I think one of my main words is trust. And you'll just trust it. Trust your journey.
Trust the journey. Trust yourself.
Trust your process.
And trust your process, more importantly.
Definitely.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, that's my thing.
My journey in terms of my awakening is a little bit different to Caroline's. And it's not because we're better or anything. It's just everyone, like we said, everyone's different. But I visibly seen Spirit from the age of 6. Now, at that time, we didn't have phones, we didn't have the internet, and if we did, I wouldn't know how to use it. I'm a 6-year-old kid, come on, get with the script. Then, what happened for me is, I seen the spirit world. So, the entirety of my life, I had questions that I wanted answers to. But because, obviously, mankind have been conditioned in such a way, everyone I went to ask or to get support from looked at us like I was crazy, which is part of the reason why we are doing this and raising awareness, because there's no child going to feel the way I felt. Not anymore, my friends, not anymore. Not any adults, to be fair. Yeah. But one of the things for myself is I was already dabbling with the energy. So personally for myself, whilst I was always part of the energy, I think for myself when I'd done astro travelling was kind of the first where I went, what on earth has just happened there? Astro travelling, for those of you who don't know why soul leaves the body. Ella's lighting up there. She remembers it, don't you? Yes, you remember it.
Getting 2 lights there. Well done.
So astro travelling is absolutely mental, crazy. And if any of you are wanting to have a spiritual awakening, this would be the quickest and the most, the most brutal way of doing it, to put it quite frankly. Whereas when you naturally progress and you naturally start to attune with spirit, it's like, for example, Spirit are telling us it's like ripples in water. So if you think of ripples in water and you just think of them, if you run a tap and you see little drips coming out the tap and it's just nice, you see little ripples going along. Now, when I pour a jug of water into that is when the water is then going to start changing its volume, it's going to start changing into shape. And this is what happens when you take yourself from how we are now and do an astro travel and we just get shot into this. The energy is amazing. The energy is crazy. Have you ever
Never experienced it?
Oh, that's something that we're going to make. We're going to get you to do astro traveling. It is amazing. I kid you not, ladies and gents. Whilst, yes, I may already look crazy, I don't really mind. I walked across the moon. I then brushed my hands across the sandstone of the pyramids. And then I returned back into my body. A lot of you may not know this, but when you leave your body, you don't die. Well, clearly I'm a good example of that. Right? But you can't die. It's not the way that this works. A lot of people think when you do astro traveling or you leave the body, you die, but you don't. And for one of you who want to have an awakening or you want to experience what that may be like, I'm not going to say it to any one of you it will work on your first time. I'm not. It did for me, but that's just because it was at the right time for me. But for each and every one of you, if you are wanting to, you're impatient like me and you just want to feel energy, you want to connect with the energy quicker, then my advice to you would be to do astral traveling. Astral traveling is going to catapult you into that energy, and then you're going to start sensing it and feeling it a lot more easier. So that was my spiritual awakening, so to speak. That was when I was basically catapulted. It wasn't when I started working with spirit. I was working with spirit before this, but for myself, that was my spiritual awakening. The moment where I went, hang on, I'm working with spirit already, and that's pretty cool. But when I was walking across the moon and brushing my hand across the sandstone of the pyramids, that to me was more cooler than working with spirit. I just thought, what on earth is going on here? And the spirit world knew I would love it, in all fairness. So yes, each and every one of you, if you want to try astral traveling, Caroline's going to be trying it, and Caroline will give you an update in the future of exactly how it went. But astral traveling is unreal, ladies and gentlemen. And again, coming back to it, because I know astral traveling is different to spiritual awakening, but a lot of you will experience a spiritual awakening during an astral travel, because you're going to become very aware and conscious of the energies that are flowing through your body, the soul, blah, blah, blah. You're vibrating, shaking that, it's mad.
Wow.
It's like literally crazy. It's like, well, not in a scary way, not that looks scary, but you feel thousands of vibrations through your body. Then all of a sudden it just like goes dark.
I've heard about astral projection, but just never experienced
you
it.
You just go dark, and then all of a sudden you just feel
So
yourself.
you make mine sound pretty boring, really. I woke up in the morning and thought I want to be a medium. And that was it, really. And that was it.
Well, you know, I'm just spicing it up a little bit.
I didn't travel anywhere. I just woke up in the bed and thought I want to be a medium.
Yeah, I suppose mine did sound pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, so I mean, in terms of spiritual awakenings, I
Mine's
think
boring. His is cool. That's it.
Well, you heard it here first. So if you did like this video, everyone, remember to drop this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to Caroline's channel also. And if you did like this video, be sure to check out the videos at the top left and right. To recap, spiritual awakenings can be amazing, but don't expect it to be amazing. No. Otherwise, you are going to spoil it. Do not be a human being. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.